please remember that on the show we're going to have Soribia, who is an undergrad artist. Well, he's based in the Upper East region, and another one, of course, is Medal. He's based right here with us here in Accra. And so, as you get interactive, please know that Facebook is the place to go. Facebook JoyNews on TV. We also have our interactive handle on Twitter, and then you can always watch us live through our YouTube channel, Major Online TV. Let's look at majoronline.com. Look at some of the stories that are there, and we have to start with the use of the resurrection power to overcome your addictions. Apostle entries suggesting there. Now, ignore racist adverts with the contempt they deserve, and that's also an opinion. But we know it's a story quelled from Newsfile over the weekend. A black calls for a greater media responsibility to tame political hawks. And it says, Member of Parliament for North Tong, that is Okujetua Blakwa, Samuel Okujetua Blakwa, is calling for greater media responsibility to prevent hawks in political parties from going overboard in their political commentary. Reports is a report about the fight between Anthony Joshua and Joseph Parker. It was a unification bout, so to speak. The British was dominant behind the jab, but was unable to sparkle. Well, we'll see how well he'll do if that fight is able to come on against Wilder. You know, Wilder too also had some terrible times in his last fight. He won though. Artisans in the Volta region to get free proficiency skills training. Master craft persons and apprentices in the Volta region are said to benefit from free formal training in their respective trade areas, leading to the award of the National Proficiency Certificate. So it is what it is. You have a picture there of the Volta Regional Minister. Now let's move on, and also called from Newsfile from over the weekend. Military agreement. Fuseni demands Nitawol debate gets Kwekubako instead. And the Member of Parliament for Tamale Central is demanding a debate with the Defense Minister Dominic Nitawol to expose what he says is a poor U.S. military agreement drafted. Samson Stake, police lawful duty, your rights when arrested, and that's part one. Arresting Koku Carlos exercise of state authority. Can we just click that story? And again, attributed to the Member of Parliament for Tamale Central, Inusa Fuseni. We click on that story. Let's try to get an insight into what really that story is saying. But we have other stories on majoronline.com. Just in case you don't know, you can go there, majoronline.com, and get to watch a number of the stories, read them as well. And the story says that the Member of Parliament for Tamale Central, Inusa Fuseni, has criticized the police for the manner in which it handled the Deputy General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress over his coup d'etat comment. He said Koku Anyidoho's comment, as far as he is concerned, is an excessive exercise of his right to freedom of speech, and the state could have handled it more appropriately than it did. Speaking on JoyNews file analysis program, the former minister said, if the state is of the view that his comment was potentially treasonable, what they needed to do was not to arrest him, but to activate the intelligence gathering system to see what activity Koku could have been engaging that is likely to subvert the constitution, not arrest him. Arresting him is a callous exercise of state authority, he concluded. Okay, so let's go back to the homepage of majoronline.com and get to see the rest of the stories posted there. Right. So let's go up. Let's go up. It says the joy of Easter to thousands of underprivileged people. That's Joy FM bringing the third and final consultation on new regions beginning April 5, and Ablakwa calls for greater media responsibility. Let's go up and see whether we'll get some other stories there. We also have the fallout from the Ghana-US military pact, and then the other stories all linked to Major Online TV. which is our official channel on YouTube. Now let's go to cityfmonline.com. The stories feature the police on manhunt for Eric Opoku's attackers. Ali hits two as Spurs end 28-year wait for win at Chelsea. They hadn't won at Chelsea for a long time. I remember the Jose Mourinho years, and it was quite difficult for Spurs always to beat Chelsea at the Stamford Bridge. But they were able to achieve that yesterday. Dele Ali hitting two past Chelsea. We're not in a good stead. Eric Opoku, 3 NDC sympathizers attacked in Bonafo. Let's click on the story and try to. He's a member of parliament. And as we wait for that story, it says Koku must also apologize. But let's go on. It says some unidentified thugs have allegedly assaulted the National Democratic Congress Member of Parliament for the Isunafo South constituency in the Bonafo region, Eric Opoku. The thugs, according to the police, also vandalized some of his properties and vehicles. The armed men are also reported to have inflicted machete wounds on 3 other persons believed to be sympathizers of the NDC. Let's go up. And it says the police say it is unclear what triggered the attack, which occurred earlier Sunday. The Kukum District Police Commander, DSP Robert Akwesi Boache, who confirmed the incident on City News, said the wounded persons were receiving treatment at the hospital while investigations had started. And it says some of the hooligans attacked the MP for the constituency. They attacked his sounds and caused damage to his Land Cruiser vehicle and 2 other vehicles which were parked in his residence. They also caused damage to the main iron gate to his house and some sliding windows and doors. They didn't stop there. They went further to attack others. Also, they see as, oh, this is horrid. This is horrid. Let's scroll up and see some of the pictures. Scroll up. And the story was filed by Godwin Alute and Pel Akanya of the City FM newsroom. Very sad incident there, as reported. We have 2 police officers escape lynching in the Volta region. Very interesting there. We have Kuku must apologize to Kufuor, Tema West MPP chairman. That's Dennis Amfosefa. He's a constituency chairman of the Tema West branch of the New Patriotic Party. Now, 3 illegal miners die in Galamsey Pit at Bekwai. And already, as the Black Queens are preparing for the World Cup, well, they've been thrashed 7-1 by Japan. In Japan, if you watch their women's football team, they play like they are rockets. They run very fast, so, Charlie, it's a big issue. Let's see how it goes. All right. All right, so let's do the BBC. So, BBC, we have assault on peacekeeper base in Somalia. Let's look at that story. It says, let's click and read further. It says, fighters mount a ferocious gun and bomb attack on the facility southwest of Mogadishu. It's the capital of Somalia. It's a conflict-ridden, even though it's supposed to be a sovereign state, so to speak. And it says Islamist militants, they launch a gun and bomb attack on an African Union peacekeeper base in Somalia. Al-Shabaab fighters detonated 2 car bombs outside the base in the town of Bulamara, southwest of Mogadishu. Local residents said they had exchanges of heavy gunfire, which lasted more than 3 hours. It is also unclear exactly how many people died in the attack. Both sides say many people died as AU and Somali troops defended the base. A spokesperson for the Somali Internal Security Ministry, Abdulaziz Ali Ibrahim Gzildhiban, told the BBC that more than 20 Al-Shabaab militants had been killed in the process. They didn't get access to the base though. They have seized a lot of ammunition and other weapons belonging to the Al-Shabaab militants. So that's the story as it is. Let's go to the main page. After here, we'll bring you sports. And Benedict Owusu will be here for the latest sports stories. Now let's go to the page, and we have Mauritania jails 2 slave owners. Sierra Leone votes in delayed runoff. Gold diggers invade Grace Mugabe's farm. And this week in Africa, raw over Lagos lockdown for Buhari visit. Timbuktu war crime suspect handed over. And we have a number saying Pope baptizes Italy's migrant hero. And street dancers go viral after Rihanna tweets. SA gay love film wins despite ban attempts. And ambassador on U.S.-Africa relations. Okay, so we have a number of stories on the Africa page of the BBC. So that will be a summary of all the stories we have online. MyJoyOnline.com, CityFM online.com, as well as the Africa page of the BBC.